Welcome back to the Relegation Zone Podcast, where we're at the bottom of the table, scraping the bottom of the barrel. I'm joined, as always, by Alex Patel. I was about to call you Alex Patel then.
I've been called that many a time in my life, mate. Don't you worry.
I'm sure.
And I'm joined by Greg Hollands.
Hey, mate, how you doing?
I'm really good. Maybe not as well as you. Back from Valencia.
It's been a while.
5 weeks in Valencia.
There is something quite funny about launching a podcast and then fucking off to Spain for 5 weeks.
Yeah. I was like, oh, well, you know, it was fun. But like one time we sat down together and recorded was fun.
I think you've done a brilliant job of the clip schedule, to be fair.
Yeah, that's my sort of planner personality coming through, being across that while you've been away, but you've also basically taught me to edit. It's been a nice sort of symbiotic.
It's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Everyone said the podcast is perfect. That's the word I use.
I'm really happy of the response that we've got so far on just clips. There was one response that I was hoping we'd get maybe by like proper episode like 5 or 10 or something, and it was your mate saying, "Love it, but what is the podcast actually about?"
Yeah. And I was like, I don't get what people don't understand. It's a football podcast.
Sure.
It's definitely not a Trojan horse podcast for us to talk about whatever the hell we want.
Exactly.
It's definitely a football podcast.
Sure.
You
Yes.
can see there's a jersey behind me.
Yeah.
I've got cards, mainly for Greg.
It's called the Relegation Zone
Podcast.
Yeah.
It's simple. It's so simple.
What are you not understanding? Anyway, Valencia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, park the football chat for a minute.
We can park that for a while. We don't need to come back to football for a while, actually.
Yeah, true. Valencia, I do fear that I'm going to become one of those gap year people where for the next 6 months I'll be like, mate, when I was in Valencia. But it's such a cool city.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I loved it. It was. I was quite emotional when I was leaving, actually, because I'm a bit of an enigma, mate. Because
I can see this, but I want to know why you think you are.
well, for all the stuff that I have said, will say, and continue to say on the podcast.
Yeah, much of which will be censored. But
Yeah, there's so much that's been left on the editing room floor, let's just say that. I'm quite a sensitive soul, mate. I feel quite deeply, and I felt I knew that I would like Valencia, but I didn't think I'd love it as much as I did. And just a really cool city. And I've never lived anywhere out of the UK, certainly, for longer than 2 weeks maybe. Like when you go on holiday, you go for like 2 weeks max, something. By week 4 I was like, I wasn't bored of it. I've still felt like I've barely scratched the surface. Like it's a very small city, but beautiful.
we love it.
It's a fantastic city. Some say the best. I know, but yeah, I love it. The people out there were incredible. The food amazing. The weather just beautiful. And I do feel like I've been back in London for less than 24 hours. This was the priority.
Love it.
Because I flew from Valencia and went back to Essex for a week. Yeah. Talk about crash down to reality, by the way. Monday evening, I was watching the Brazil game in a bar full of Brazilian people. Yeah. And then the England game, I was down the local in Essex.
Doing karaoke afterwards.
But yeah, it's incredible. How have you been, mate?
Yeah, man, I've been well. I mean, I've obviously been working across the World Cup, much more football work than I'd usually do. For people who don't know, I mainly write about boxing and MMA. So it's been a nice change. But yeah, man, some of the hours when I was saying to you, you got here at 10 a.m., we started filming, and I had barely been awake. It's just like trying to catch up on sleep wherever I can. Yeah. And that's like not even factoring in, I appreciate this will date slightly, but tonight we've got England, Mexico. So I'm not on for that work-wise, but I have to watch it. Yeah. So, yeah, mate, can't complain. It's been very hot here. It still is. If you see any beads of sweat, it is still very hot in my flat. Yeah. But yeah, mate, I've been good. Missed you, obviously. Appreciate we probably need to cram in as many episodes as we can before you disappear for good. But this is exciting because this is the first full-length episode.
Yes.
You said one of the comments you thought we might not get for a while was like, what is the podcast actually about? Yeah. But another one that we got super early on, which we probably weren't expecting when we were just putting the little clips out, was like, oh, we want full episodes.
Incredible.
So many people. Yeah. So
everyone. Hundreds.
Yeah. Don't be fooled by social media analytics and likes. Hundreds of people have asked us for the full length.
Absolutely.
So yeah, this is it. This is episode 1.
I know, man. It's very cool. Very cool. We've got lots to discuss today, so I think we just dive into it, don't we? Really?
Yeah. had said the first thing we were going to talk about would be World Cup hot takes.
Yes. And it's quite funny because we are a football podcast, but we can't really talk about the England game because by the time this comes out, that'll have happened.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk around the football.
We'll talk around the football while talking about the football. I mean, I have to ask what your World Cup hot take is. What's the first one that comes to mind?
Oh, you put me on the spot there. I suppose I put it into a question. Has this World Cup as a product, has it been good? There's been good games, but has the actual thing been incredible?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, because you immediately set the kind of bar to pass the sort of test that you're putting on, the invigilator that you are. I'm going too far into a simile. You've said it as, has it been incredible? If you said to me, has it been great? I would say, actually, yeah. And I think we had this, loads of people had this debate pre-tournament, right? There's all these political issues.
Sure.
But when the football starts, will we all forget about that? And should we all forget about that? And I think it has been how World Cups are, where, to an extent, like the football, I think, has been really good.
Yeah.
There have been enough underdog stories. Like, honestly, have the minnows, that sounds condescending to say, but have the smaller nations just been there to make up the numbers? Actually, no. Cape Verde got through, and they haven't just been in boring games,
Oh, incredible.
So I think it really has delivered. And I said this to you, my only thing is, when you're a kid, you only know like 2 or 3 World Cups. You remember everything in detail. Getting slightly older, like having another World Cup or 2 under your belt, I'm slightly like, I wonder what I'll remember in 12 years' time.
Yeah.
Will I remember that Argentina knocked out Cape Verde? It was an incredible game and an amazing goal, but like, only time will tell. But that's more of an existential thing.
No.
In the moment, it's been great.
Yeah, I agree. I think, everyone's talked about the kickoff times, and we've been so lucky in the UK where we've had, help me out here. So South Africa, same time zone, I believe, or maybe an hour either side. Then, what was the Euros? That was in Poland.
Yeah. Was it Poland and Austria?
Yeah.
So 1 hour ahead.
Poland, Ukraine.
Ukraine, sorry, yeah.
Then Brazil, which didn't feel too bad.
I don't remember it being that bad.
Not bad. And then Euros, 2016 Euros was in France.
Yeah.
Then, wow, I'm testing myself here.
Oh, sorry.
Then Russia.
Yeah.
And then England, mix of Europe. Then Qatar. Like, we have been, maybe not since Korea.
Yeah, probably.
2002.
Probably. And again, I've said before, my only memory of that is England, Brazil.
So
it was a kind time for us.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like we can sort of not skip a World Cup, but skip like, okay, fair enough, give it to the rest of the world a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, anyone that's unemployed has been having the best time of their life. It's so annoying because last June I was unemployed, so this would have been like peak.
Yeah, but I think I mean, again, work has meant I've been lucky enough to cover some of those late games, and even like when the UFC was at the White House, I was working late shifts, and so I was also I had it on in the background, some of those early, really late games. So yeah,
got you. So okay, one thing that I wanted to talk about. We'll go back to hot takes.
Sure.
But I've just seen we alluded to England, Mexico there. I want to know what your sort of World Cup pre-match ritual is, if you have one. So before an England game, obviously it's different to watching Argentina, Cape Verde, right? You probably just stick it on, watch. But what's your sort of ritual before an England game? What do you do?
A good question, actually. This tournament, I don't know if it's become a superstition, but bearing in mind I've not actually been out watching England games every time. Some of them I've been watching like down the road with a friend or just working on. I've still made sure to get my England shirt on. Maybe I wanted to do a different, this one at times, I wanted to do a different one for every game. Like I've only got 3, but I wanted to rotate. One of them's gone missing, but I've got... we'll find it. That can be
I don't know why we
pod. Yeah, looking around. Oh no, it's just there. It's been there the whole time.
Yeah,
just off screen. But yeah, like so that World in Motion and 3 Lions before every game, and then just for the game itself, I know some of my mates get a bit frustrated with me. I've got like a bigger group of friends I tend not to watch with. I love them to bits, but for football, I like to be in a smaller group. I like to be with people who are like die hard, hardcore football fans,
right?
And we're actually like really like seeing every element of this England game. What's happening? Why is it happening? Not the sort of like oh, like, what's Watkins? Watkins hasn't even barely been on. Like, what's Watkins doing? I'm just a bit like, I don't know. I know it sounds really snooty, but for me, I like to watch it in a certain environment if I can help it. What about you?
For sure. I can't wait for us to watch an England game together, because
Maybe those two worlds meeting.
Yeah, I feel like I'm exactly that. Which, by the way, side note, for all of our England reactions and prediction videos, I've either been hungover or drunk.
Yeah, and I've been sat here like very much sober and deep in thought.
I think it's very much like, if you could like encapsulate the podcast into a 30-second clip, it is that. So I actually wrote down because it's kind of detailed, my pre-World Cup ritual. Well, I say detailed. So I shower first. Okay. It's a good start. I do that every day.
I often shower after England. So you wash it off going.
Yeah, wash off the grime. And then I put on, it's all very music heavy, right? So first song that goes on, Turn the Page by The Streets.
Great shout,
yeah. Then I crack open the first beer, whatever time of day.
The first beer,
yeah, the first beer. World in Motion, like you say, banger. Then Atomic Kitten.
Yeah, well, which you did on karaoke as well.
It's a banger, and it's not just exclusive to Southgate.
Well, you hate Southgate, so I think most people would say it's exclusive to Southgate, but you are adamant for it not to be.
I will concede, because there's probably clips out there in the world, I will concede that when Southgate was manager, I was singing Southgate, You're the One. Okay, I will
covering your ass, sure.
Yes, of course, I've got no problem admitting that. Then I have got written down here beers, more beers.
Okay.
And then Three Lions come on. Yeah.
I like that, because I know some people are World in Motion people, and I've always just been Three Lions.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, so Euro 2024 final, my mate and I spent the whole day together beforehand and made a really great day of it. So even though we lost, I've got a nice memory of that day. And it's also the day that World in Motion clicked for me. I just feel like for whatever reason, he was a World in Motion guy. I was a Three Lions guy, but there was something about us just like getting drunk and dancing to it like intentionally as poorly as possible on his balcony. Yeah. And just like, it's set there for me. But Three Lions, I always maintain, as someone who's dabbled in writing music over the years as well, I think that's such a well-written song. That song could be about anything else. The chorus is banging, the emotion in it is amazing, and then you just add on the fact that like it's become a call to arms for like a footballing nation. Dude, so I like that for you. That's the crescendo. I rate that. I build
up, and I've got a few beers down me by that point. Sure. And it's just even that like, I don't know what sound it is, like ding, 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 ding.
Oh, at the start,
and it's like, inject it into my veins. It's almost like
something's, because it fades in, it's like something's coming gradually closer from the distance, right? Yeah. It's like it's Jordan Pickford creeping off his line much further than he needs to be. Anyway.
So good, man. So good. That's my sort of ritual. Going back to hot takes, this is a terrible podcast structure. But it's because I've got it in my notes. I'm just so excitable.
Can I hit you with a hot take?
Hit me, brother.
I actually quite like the hydration breaks.
And one of those.
People are going to say, am I one of those? Well, there are others out there.
I hope not, but
I need you to come and find me, because I thought I was alone in this.
What is there to like about hydration breaks?
So it's a good question. I, first of all, am not debating that they are thinly veiled commercial breaks. I don't like that aspect of it. Sure. I don't like the TV commentary saying, some of them really let into it. The end of the first quarter, if you will. Don't say if you will. You are trying to make that happen.
Yeah, you are.
You have made it happen. So don't like that aspect. But mate, the swings in momentum, and some people are like, they shouldn't, even the commenters, they shouldn't be allowed to coach. I like that, because that's where you're then getting the swings in momentum, and it sucks if it happens to your team. But I think it's made some of the games more dynamic and exciting.
As soon as, and I'm sure it's something that your publication would probably look into, if not, but as soon as there is a report on the amount of goals scored within the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes after a hydration break, I'm so fascinated to see, we'll do a clip on it, because I'm so fascinated to see that momentum swing and what it is. If it is, it's hard to quantify, I guess, but if it is the coaching that makes the difference, if it is the actual hydration and having like a sugar powder thing, whatever they are, those gels, you know what I mean? Like I am, because there definitely has been a correlation, and it's usually out of favour of the team that are building momentum towards the end of the first quarter. I hate
you
it.
can say
I
it,
hate
Greg,
it,
it's
man.
fine. You're in a
I
safe
hate
space.
it.
The
I don't
first or
like
third
it.
quarter.
But I do dislike the sort of belligerence of the commentators because we have it every game. It happens every game, and they do go, well, that's the end of the first quarter there. Here we go with the hydration break. Like,
So, I'll say this as well because again, I'm trying to be balanced. I know it was a hot take, but I also don't think it should be for every game. Let's be clear. Well, my first thought was it shouldn't be, but then I understand consistency is easier to implement.
Yeah, you can't not. And
The other thing though is unless you just say like, look, the temperature has to be a certain amount, or we're not doing it. Maybe it's the only way to measure it.
I guess so. But, yeah, I know what you mean. It's one rule for everyone, and I think that is probably the fairest way to do it. But then, like last night, France Paraguay got up to like 39 degrees. Probably shouldn't be fucking playing football at that level. Like, it also? Do you think it should be as long as it is?
Initially, I was like, it does not need to be 3 minutes. It can probably just be like 90 seconds or a minute. So that's a fair point as well. One thing I thought you were going to touch on when you talked about us discussing it at my work was something that was mentioned to me by a colleague on another desk. He was like, surely we need to start looking into the betting aspect of this. You know? Like, will people start putting bets, because you could obviously bet for like goals and incidents happening in specific sections of matches. It's like, will we see a rise in bets on goals in the minutes immediately after a hydration break, which I think is an interesting.
Well, that's a really good point because the clock still goes. So basically, you're not playing football between the argument's sake 23rd and 26th minute. So nothing can technically happen between then.
Yeah, but if you were betting on like a goal 27 to 30 or whatever,
and there's an injury or something,
you know, like just in those moments after it's presumed,
I see, right.
You know? But yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah,
I hadn't really thought of that aspect. That's
Any other hot takes?
Yeah, I was hoping you'd talk a bit longer there because I forgot exactly what I was going to say. Keep talking.
Well, I can give you another hot take.
Thanks, mate.
And this can just be between me and the listeners. The scrappers we've decided to call you feels pertinent to the relegation zone theme.
Yeah, dude. That was. I've got it.
Go.
There's so many tabs open. I coach under 15s girls football, right? And I remember during an under 14s game we were playing, and it was May, and it was super super hot. It was near Elephant and Castle, and I said to the coach that we were playing against, I've got a few stories about him. Not across the league, he's known as being difficult. Okay. Let's say very difficult. He's got a reputation, and I said to the referee before the game, I was like, "Look, it's very very hot. Can we have like water breaks in between?" Because that is like a thing, and like they're 13-year-old girls as well, and it is stupid hot. And he was like, "Yeah, of course, no problem." And
so, like, do you mind if I've actually got a local window glazing company. Can I advertise that during the hydration break?
Giving out leaflets to the parents. Yeah. Well, I've got you.
Commercial break.
Here's my QR code. But no, and then so the other coach agreed to it. Kind of, you could tell like reluctantly, but I was like, look, they're children. And then the girls came over and they were having a bit of water, and I just said to her, I was like, look, keep going, really, really. The coach shouted over, was like, no talking, no coaching, shouldn't be coaching now. I was like, mate, and he was like, we're taking too long, and it only needs to be a minute, and there's no coaching. I was like, I looked at the ref, and the ref was like,
don't worry about him.
Genuinely, I said to, I was about to say his name then. I said to this coach, I was like, Graham, his name's not Graham. I just need to have a word there.
I'm now picturing my dad because my dad's name's Graham.
Yeah, I went, Mr. Patel, Mr. Patel, one please, if I may,
Firstly, stop advertising your business.
Yeah.
And secondly,
so I said Graham. I was like, look, it's 13-year-olds and it's 30 degrees. They'll take as long as they need. He shrunk to about that size because I was like, you don't get in the way of me and my girls. If they need a break, they're getting a break.
Love that. Yeah. I love that from Coach Greg.
Great
stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, we lost that game 2-1 in the end. We needed a bit longer, I think. They did need coaching. Yeah, so bad. My other thing that I want to talk about, I think, this kind of goes into what rule would you abolish? And it's kind of a hot take, right? Football rule that I would abolish, get rid of extra time.
With you,
yeah,
I'm so with you,
and I have some stats to back this up.
I'm shockingly surprised. That sort of tautologist. I'm shocked.
Okay, so I did some. I was watching the Australia-Egypt game. Get them both gone, by the way. I think they both should have gone. Australia didn't come to play football. What are they doing here? And I was watching and I was like, okay, right. This extra time is going to be terrible and it's going to go to penalties. So I wanted to do a bit of research on how often a game that goes to extra time eventually goes to penalties anyway.
Yes, I thought that might be where you were going to go.
Okay, so I asked ChatGPT. So my exact quote to ChatGPT was, I'm arguing that extra time in football is very annoying. It's slow and cagey and teams aim not to lose rather than try to win.
You sound like ChatGPT. You've gotten sucked into the vortex
really
where you're
have.
like, I know how it talks to me. I'm going to talk to it on its level. Sorry, go on.
Please research how many games that go into extra time eventually end up in a penalty shootout. ChatGPT comes back to me and says, the data actually supports your argument quite well. Thanks, mate.
Don't do that.
Across major international tournaments and domestic cup competitions, around 2/3 to 3/4 of matches that reach extra time still end in a penalty shootout. The extra 30 minutes often fail to separate the teams. Mm-hmm. In the 2018 World Cup, 8 matches went to extra time, 7 of them went to penalties. 2014 World Cup, 5 matches went to extra time, 3 went to penalties. And the 2022 World Cup, 8 matches went to extra time and 5 went to penalties. Percentage of extra time matches ending in penalties is between 65 and 75%.
Football's also worse.
The football is turgid. Imagine if it went straight to penalties, how exciting the 70th to 90th minute would be.
Mate, great point. Yeah, not only is 90 to 120 boring, largely, but you're right, it would make 70 to 90 more exciting. And also, like, just player welfare, man. They play so many games.
Yep.
Major tournaments happen at the end, or we're talking cup ties within a season as well. The players are overworked. Like, yeah, get rid of those 30 minutes.
Especially when you give there's an extra game, an extra round in this tournament, round 32. Like, I'm so glad we didn't take Congo to extra time. Like, I think any team that's having to play extra time is going to suffer late on. Like, Argentina, they were suffering really badly against Cape Verde, fitness-wise. So I think by the time you get to the round of, by the time you get to the quarterfinal, semi-final, if you're coming up against a team that haven't had to play an extra 30 minutes of football, I think that's going to make such a difference.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see how that plays out actually at this tournament. No, I'm completely with you on sacking off extra time. Even this is quite controversial. And this kind of goes against that to a degree. But friends and I were talking for a while about whether you should bring back golden goal. But then, see, the thing is, like, I think again, actually, lots of people who were maybe a bit older than us who lived through more of that, because it was cold when we were quite young. People saying, like, actually teams were so scared of conceding.
You'd go more into
yourselves.
Yeah, penalties I think is a terrifying concept.
Yeah.
So you try and rush and get the goal.
Agreed.
And then you will have teams come out and counter and all of this. So I think that is my lukewarm take.
I've got one last hot take to round us out.
China. Hot take. China.
Gianni Infantino.
Can you introduce that as my hot take, please?
Of course, sorry. Another hot take about the World Cup. Sorry, my hot take about the World Cup. Gianni Infantino. Actually, fair enough.
Right, you've got to clarify that. What? Fair enough on what?
Like, I'll start by saying this. Right, he is obviously an odious man.
All right, yes.
Gianni Radin, that's what I call him. He's obviously an odious man.
Yes.
My opinion, not the opinion of the Independent. It's an independent opinion. Sorry, an opinion that's independent of the Independent is what I mean by that.
Are we naming your publication?
That's my publication, yeah.
We are? Okay, we're fine with that.
Go and have a read. But watch the podcast first. Unrelated. So, obviously on a personal level, he is absolutely just an atrocious man.
Yeah.
But he's been at quite a lot of games.
And you like that, do you?
I kind of like, it makes me think, you know what, he's bang up for the football. You know, his sort of carbon footprint, terrible. But he's been at so many games. Was it you or someone who was like, he looks like he'd be an easy man to clone?
I said that,
You said that, maybe they've just cloned him.
He's literally generic bald man. Yeah.
Yeah.
You like him. Sorry, I want to clarify. I want to clarify. You like that the president of FIFA is up for watching football games. Sorry, I just want to really clarify that that's the point you've made there.
when you phrase it like that, obviously I look like a moron.
You're happy that the president of the global organisation that looks after football is wanting to watch football matches. Oh, the lights have gone. Get those lights off. Hang on, keep talking. I got this. Yeah. Yeah, fuck it. That's so annoying.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Good process, lads. All right, well, let's see how that goes. Need to buy a new light. Keep going. We'll clip around that. That will stay. That's in the long form. You're welcome.
The light went off. Greg had to fix it.
Yeah.
So you say that. I actually think, although that is a very low bar, my point is I'm shocked he's even met that. He's such an atrocious bloke that, you know what, Greg, I'll admit it. The fact that I've seen him at quite a few games, I'm like, you know what? My expectations for you were so low, are so low. Thank goodness you've actually bothered to turn up to games. Again, unless they're clones. I think, imagine what a clone army of... I was about to say, imagine what a clone army of Infantino's could achieve. Very little. Probably. Yeah. But there we go.
Funny. But, okay, in that argument, he's up there with Thogden and Andy Milne then, in that they just dedicated themselves to going to as many games as possible. Also, he's not watching the full 90 minutes, is he?
Thogden could be president of FIFA, I suppose.
God, imagine that.
Well, he's... Look, I've bashed Infantino so much. Maybe I'm clutching for straws to sort of balance it out slightly. The journalist in me, but like I said, odious bloke.
Yeah.
And let's let that not be forgotten.
Yeah, for sure. I don't like the way he. Today I feel disabled.
Oh yeah.
Today I feel a migrant worker.
It was actually Pride today. So if I were to say today I feel gay, well, let us know. Would you be offended by that? Any of our friends in the community, would you be offended if I
say it
that?
anyway? No. Today I feel gay.
It comes from a place of love. When Greg does it, it absolutely comes from a place of love.
Absolutely. I think that was accurate as well.
It was a really good impression.
Yeah, I've been practicing.
Shave your head and get on the lookalike agency.
Gianni, if you need anyone, mate. Alex, I've got another new segment for you.
Hit me.
Performer of the week.
Go on.
There is so much performativity in social media and in football and in sport. So I've got a hit list of people that are on my performative meter. They're my performers of the week, and we're going to go through them.
I can't wait. Let's do it. Oh, God. Sorry, just for context, if anyone's just listening, I've glanced down at Greg's phone and there's a kindly old woman. And we're about to do Performer of the Week, are we?
Well, that's different. That's next week.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so first up, we've got, and I'm really afraid to say this, Sir Harold Kane.
Oh, okay. And that's a Spurs fan.
My coffee order is oat milk flat white. My footballing idol is
David Beckham.
my favourite song before a game is.
Oh, good question. Somebody Loves You, Drake, right now.
Best advice I've ever received is.
Just believe in yourself and work hard.
Most famous person in my contacts is.
Tom Brady's got to be up there.
And finally,
I knew he'd say
favourite
that.
boot before this one.
It's actually the SK.
Right, we can stop it there before it gets into sponsor.
I knew he was going to say Tom Brady.
Yeah.
He loves Tom Brady.
Loves NFL, loves it. First thoughts, instant thoughts.
So the two that leap out are Tom Brady. Although I get it, he's been asked, and Tom Brady's very famous.
Yeah.
But oat milk flat white.
Oat milk flat white. Believe in yourself and work hard.
Drake.
These are answers that I could find anyone in the street.
Yeah.
And they'd probably go with that.
And they couldn't conversely score 80 goals in a season. But
yeah,
does it matter?
I love Harry Kane, but he's so vanilla.
Yeah.
He's so vanilla. And also, why are you holding the boot like that? It's so awkward.
He's sort of holding it like this, like the whole time.
I know.
Tom Brady, oat milk flat. I don't know why I'm craning my neck like this.
Yeah.
He's not doing that.
Football idol, David Beckham. Oh, you and 8 billion people.
It does. It actually, this is a good one because it touches on something. Thank you. I think I've always wondered how/why he was captain. Beyond that thing of you follow a talismanic figure who, and he's shown it at this World Cup when England needed him.
Sure.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
But I do look at a Rice, a Bellingham, and I think the next generation, although they'll struggle without Kane, I think from like you hate Rice, so I can see you smirking. But let's just say Bellingham, for the sake of not getting into an argument.
Sure.
I think we're in a good place in terms of the leadership.
Yeah, I agree. And I think when you look at a captain, you want to elevate someone, right? Does giving Harry Kane the captain's armband actually make him a better player? I think he does this anyway.
Agreed.
I think if you give it to a Rice or a Bellingham or a Pickford even, I'm always a bit funny about giving goalkeepers captain armband, to be honest.
He'd come out even further. Yeah. He'd be up next to Kane in the front line like, go on, mate, keep that up.
Yeah.
Jordan, get back!
Get into them, league. Yeah. I think that you're right. I think Harry Kane, he's obviously like a silent leader and leader by example, but I genuinely think like he'd do this anyway. There's a big myth that he was Tottenham captain. And he wasn't.
Yeah.
He was interim while Lloris was injured.
Got you.
And it's only because of the All or Nothing documentary where he does a team talk, and it isn't particularly inspiring because he was a bit younger then and all of this. But there's this kind of myth that he was Tottenham captain whenever he wasn't. And I don't know if, I don't know.
I still don't think the team talks are that inspiring. Again, I'm so grateful for him in the England team, but when the other players are interviewed and they're like, oh, what was Harry saying to you in that huddle? And they're like, I mean, don't get me wrong, some of it's good advice when he's saying like, celebrate this because actually England are guilty of not celebrating the ones we're supposed to win.
Yep.
So I'm all for that, and I'm not trying to dick on him too much, obviously. But I do just think, like you said, he would do it anyway.
Yeah.
You can elevate another player.
I think so.
Let's have Anthony Gordon.
Can you imagine? Yeah. But yeah, don't forget to believe in yourself and work hard. That's.
I thought you were going to say don't forget to like and subscribe. I think
that's it,
for years I've not heard anyone say don't forget to without finishing it like that. Yeah.
I just bear in mind Harry Kane is such an incredible footballer. He's doing all of this while wearing Skechers.
That is mental, isn't it?
Mental. When was the last time you walked past any shop and went, those Skechers look good?
06, maybe.
It just adds, man. He's an oat, flat, white man. David Beckham's his favourite footballer. His advice is believe in yourself, and he wears Skechers. I love him, but no, I just love how
you just love that
he's the best goal scorer of a generation, going to be like England's most capped, most goal scoring player ever, and he's just like a bloke down the pub. He's just. I know bricklayers that have got the same personality as him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, if we could produce strikers like that, like we produce bricklayers, then
oh mate, yeah.
English industry and football would be in a great spot.
Exactly.
That is a great shout. Good one for first performer of the week as well.
Thank you.
Great stuff.
Excellent stuff.
One of the next segments we were going to do was, I promise we'll get to a point where I don't have to lean off screen every time to. Would you rather?
Oh, you've got a would you rather for me?
I've got a would you rather. I'm not gonna lie, I did it on quite short notice. I was like, it's on the list, but actually,
hit it.
I hadn't prepped it until right before we started recording.
I'm really excited for these. These were good last time.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I will say this. I didn't want to tie them too much to the World Cup.
Too much to football.
Yeah.
Didn't want to do anything football related.
Yeah, God. They are a little bit tied to the World Cup just because it was the first stuff that came to mind.
That's fine.
Okay. Would you rather every time for the rest of your life that you get bad news, it's delivered by Canada coach Jesse Marsh with an agonisingly positive spin? Bear in mind, this is the guy who said, I'd rather be us than them, after losing 3-0 to Morocco in a World Cup knockout game.
Getting absolutely banjoed.
Or, this time I remembered the or. I remembered that there's meant to be two of them.
Yeah.
At your wedding and the funerals of everyone dear to you for the rest of your life, a speech is given by Gianni Infantino.
That's such a good would you rather. Oh my God. Because I am the type of person that if I get bad news, I want to mull in it a little bit. I hate the positivity of it could be worse, it'll be right. Yeah, but it isn't. This is shit. Let's just all, this is shit, and that's fine that it's shit for a minute. At my wedding, today I feel... marriage.
Today I feel married. You're not the one getting married.
Today I feel loyal.
Should feel loyal every day.
Yeah,
Gianni, you're getting married.
Sorry, mate. I'm not just today. And funerals. Today I feel mortal. Today I feel old age.
To be fair though, as well, right? Just imagine. I mean, I was about to say, God forbid. Unfortunately, it happens for all of us. This is taking a morbid turn now. One day you get horrible news. One of your parents has passed away. God, it's like one of the worst days of your life. I'd rather be him than us. Sure, we're alive and he's dead, but I'd rather be him than us.
Can you imagine it's in tandem? So you have both. So your gran dies, and Jesse's like, "Hey man, it's gonna be okay. Gianni's gonna be at the funeral."
What? He's doing like 10 funerals that day, and I really respect that he's all.
Yeah, he's really busy. I think I'd like Gianni at my wedding and funerals because he brings the money.
Good point.
And he'll turn up. That bastard's at every fucking World Cup game. He'll be there.
Yeah, that's
He'll be
true.
outside, and he's got a chopper.
I think he's got a chopper.
So to speak. And a helicopter. Got a massive chopper and a pilot. Today I feel endowed. This is my new favourite impression that I do.
It's good. It's you've got a bit of a knack for them, I'd say. I think there was another one I was going to do was, what about... like the second one after Jesse Marsh was going to be every element of your life has a hydration break, like everything. But then I was like, actually, staying hydrated is important to be boring. So I thought that one's a bit less fun. But good one. So you've settled on Gianni, I think.
Yeah, Gianni, Jesse would. I
Good
think
choice.
It'd be his funeral quite quickly.
I think also Gianni's good at sort of. I mean, he tries to come across as sincere. He does his best impression of sincere.
Yes. Today I feel sincere.
Oh, thanks, man. That actually means quite a lot. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't turn up insincere.
Yeah. The one caveat I will tell him is I only want him to speak in... Today I feel... I don't want him to do any other sentences, but just in one words.
I think he'd go along with it, because I think he'd be like, finally, someone who appreciates that speech, who gets what I was doing.
Today I feel... seen.
Okay, we'll move on from this segment just so Greg knows he doesn't have to say every line for the rest of the... You're thinking.
I'm thinking. I can't get it.
That's good though. That's good stuff. The next one we've got is another recurring segment.
Oh, hydration break. Yeah,
hydration break. That's definitely coming through on the mic. That isn't it? Should I do it again?
A little bit. Yeah, like a bit of nice ASMR. Can you just check that I'm in frame?
In focus?
In focus. In frame.
You look it to me, mate.
All right, perfect.
It looks sharp.
Oh, okay, it's just my eyes that are...
You'd know better than me, but it looks sharp.
Sweet. All right, if you're happy, I'm happy. Okay, so this is one of my favourite segments, and it was really well received.
Dare I say one of the Scrappers' favourite segments?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I actually met a Scrapper.
Go on.
One of the friends that I made in Valencia, Jake, funny guy, a bit mad.
Friend of the pod.
But we were having a drink and he couldn't quite grasp the fact that we were doing a podcast, but all the clips had been taken while I was in London.
Yeah.
He was like, is your mate flown out to
and
do a podcast?
none of them are at football.
No, yeah, exactly. But he was like, mate, I've been saying Scrapper all week. I love it. I used to say it when I was younger, and now you've brought it back. I love it.
Oh, good stuff.
I was like, mate, perfect. So,
shout out to Jake, man. Thanks for listening.
Legend. Okay.
Sorry, what is the segment?
Things that would make a Victorian child's head explode.
And your head explode, we've established.
I might be the Victorian child in this.
Okay, let's do it.
Strumming a Yamaha electric guitar with the amp all the way up to 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's got on in my head is when we last did one of these, there were so many people like, actually, lifts were invented in the Victorian era. If you fucking tell me that Yamaha electric guitars and amps and the volume dial were invented in the Victorian, I swear to God you're getting blocked.
And also, actually, they don't go up to 11, it's 10. It's a Spinal Tap reference.
It's a Spinal Tap reference.
Spinal Tap reference. I loved that everyone was having a go at me for not understanding that. Sorry, on a comedy podcast clip, I've never seen the word infant mortality in the comment zone.
Yeah,
so often.
Yeah, actually, kids died really young back then, so it's not that they hadn't seen old people. It's just it was skewed by the. Okay, fine. Fine, you win. Children died young. You win. Are you happy now?
Please stop talking about children dying on my podcast
Yeah,
clip.
it's bad for our algorithm.
It's really bad for the algorithm. Meta does not like it. I don't like it either. It makes me sad. So, yes. Second one, those strange cubes with 3D photos in them that you'd get at Madame Tussauds and other various London attractions. Do you know exactly what I mean?
It's ringing a bell.
Yeah, so I think they're called photo cubes. I'll put a picture up on screen now. But for some reason, they had a massive... and they were kind of like... It looked like Thanos, almost like the Thanos snap.
Like he's...
what would you even... Crystal? Acrylic or...
So you look in the cube.
These things.
I know.
How weird were they? You could get people and dead relatives.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a bit of a fad, wasn't it?
It really was. And
I think if you were in the Victorian era, again, although people have quite quickly exposed like that was more recent than, they didn't they were switched on. I think they might look at that though and be like, "Oh my God, you've trapped Grandad's soul in a glass shard."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, how have you done that? Get him out.
Get him. If we smash it, is his essence gonna like fly out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great stuff.
I'm glad you know what they are. Third one: Nintendo DS, PSP, PS Vita, and other portable gaming consoles.
Yeah, I mean, again, any gaming console, I think, but the fact that amount of technological advancement had been packed into such a small device and could be taken anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm going to be you for once. It still blows my mind.
Really?
The PSP is the greatest console I've ever had the privilege of owning.
I saw it charging.
I jailbroke. It's PS Vita. They never had as good games as the PSP, so I jailbroke it so I can play old PSP games. And you dug out your PSP at home.
Did, yeah, I need a battery. If anyone can send me a battery, that'd be great. I can go and buy one, but it's just nice to send me.
Just nice to sort of expand the community.
Yeah, exactly. Those Dyson fans with the gap in the middle. I will admit, after the England game, we've got one over there.
We've got one over here.
I was very drunk and I turned it on and I was putting my hand everywhere to try and work out where the air was coming from.
Yeah, that's although, is there an element of it? Like, what are they? Are they based on turbines or something? Well, I suppose any fan is based on a turbine, isn't it?
I'm looking at it and I still can't get my head around it.
Yeah, it's like, what are you? You're telling me that something just comes from nothing. There's a gap, and suddenly that's gonna.
Yeah.
No, I get that. I get that.
Victorian,
because mine's kind of dusty, and there are these marks. It also kind of looks like someone. It looks like a portal, and someone's like scratched, like they're clawing, trying to hang on, like they've been sent through to another. We'll move on to the next one.
I love it. Just both looking off screen at. So, just trust us.
Just trust us.
Just trust us. Listerine Cool Mint mouthwash.
Yeah, I think, again, I don't really know what flavours they were working with back then.
Probably not Listerine or mouthwash.
Definitely not that. But I'm thinking the sensation.
Yeah.
And more so than the flavour.
Definitely.
They'd probably think my mouth's rotting from the inside.
Yeah. 100%. Bonnie Blue and her various antics. I think just the overall... We don't need to get into it.
We don't need to get into it.
I don't even know who...
it would certainly make a Victorian child explode.
Yeah, I think so.
It took him a second.
That's one thing we're not touching.
Yeah.
Not going anywhere near Bonnie Blue. Donald Trump, not his political views, just the overall aesthetic.
Oh, so he touches down in the suit with the kind of wig, if it's a wig.
Yeah, the orange.
The orange skin, the suit, the hand. I don't know.
Fantastic era, lots of work, hardworking people.
Yeah, I think, actually, you said make a head explode. I think he might thrive. I think I could see him leading the nation.
Really?
Yeah.
He'd love the tall hats and the coats and the vibe.
Yeah, he would.
Wouldn't he? Yeah, I can see him on the front of a carriage.
So true. I can picture it being one of those things. I read this book. Sorry, I'll do this really, really quickly. And I promise it's the only time I'm ever going to mention Hitler on the podcast.
Well, that's not true, because he's come up numerous times.
It was you mentioning him.
I've not brought him up.
It's been edited out, so they don't know that you've brought him up.
Okay.
I read this book called Look Who's Back.
No. Whoa. So there's this guy Hitler, And separate note, I read a book.
I read a fantastic book. No, there's this book called. I read the German version, but the English version is called.
You're not helping. You're not helping yourself. So
Yeah.
you mastered the language. You're
Actually,
fluent in German.
I think in English they still call it Mein Kampf, actually.
So you're fluent in German. Your hero is Hitler. Carry on.
No, it's called Look Who's Back, and it starts with genuinely. They never explain how this happens. It's kind of sci-fi, but they never explain how it happens. But Hitler wakes up in a park in Berlin, just on the grass in like 2011. He wakes up. It's like the real Hitler. All of his thoughts are intact, but everyone just thinks he's this like incredible impersonator. He goes viral. At first, news stations are like, "This is despicable." But some of the more right-leaning, like talk show hosts, platform him, and he basically tries to make a run for office. I'm not saying Donald Trump is Hitler, but I'm just saying the premise of that book. If you did the opposite and you put Trump back in Victorian era England, I think he would thrive.
I see it. That was a brilliant.
It took a while to get there,
But we got there. You landed the plane. Yeah, well done. That was good.
That was fun.
That was very fun. I loved that because I was like, "Where's he going with this?
Yeah.
Where are we? Yeah." I passed the ball to you and I looked the other way. Which is it. I marked myself. I went behind the defender. I was like, "He's on his own here." I liked it. And my last one is Nando's extra hot sauce. I have a fun fact about this.
Yeah.
Nando's extra hot sauce isn't actually hotter. It just means that there's more hot sauce.
Really?
Yeah. So when you get like the burger, it's not actually a degree hotter. It's just they put more hot sauce on.
That I would never have known that. Partly because I'm a coward and I don't go near that end of the scale. I think that we could file that with like the Listerine one. I think that it still the sensation would alarm a Victorian child.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I agree.
Some great. I love that segment.
Yeah, it's so fun.
And if I may, I think each time they're better.
Oh,
I
good.
think you're getting even better at them.
Well, that's good. Because the process is basically looking around. You messaging me saying, "Can we do another segment on Victorian child?" And I go, "Oh yeah, of course, mate, I am." And I look around my room at things that, like, "Oh, that's a bit weird."
Yeah,
might work.
you're like, some Listerine, some hot sauce. I'm like, Mein Kampf.
PSP.
And PSP.
Swastika flag.
Oh, God.
Cool. I have another World Cup hot take, actually.
Sure.
Throwing pints when England have scored a goal has to stop.
You're not cool.
No.
Oh, sorry. It's like, if you do that, you're not cool.
Yeah, a pint is about £8.
Yeah.
Like fucking tenner in Box Park, where a lot of these incidents happen. I've seen so many clips of people. There was a clip where, when Rashford hit the side of the net, some bloke threw his pint.
I saw this.
I was like, at least wait until but at least wait until we've scored a goal to do that. It's irritating. It's
Performative?
It's massively performative. They are skewing. There's a few on my list of Performer of the Week. You're on yellow card, son. Yep, exactly. Thank you. They are so irritating. It's performative. I don't get the point. It's not how any other country celebrates.
Yeah, agreed.
It's why we get such a reputation. Alex Pattle, thoughts?
I completely agree, and I'm actually going to sort of take that ball and run with it. In general, this whole thing, like festivals, we've all had it. Liquid splashes you in a crowd, and you're praying it's cold, not hot.
Yeah.
People chucking piss. The worst one, I think this is probably just makes for a good, again, nothing to do with football. We'll get the hashtags right when we put this on social media. I had a cup of sick launched on me at a gig.
No.
Me and my friends went to see Arctic Monkeys at the Emirates, I think it was, a few summers ago. And maybe like halfway through the gig, something comes hurtling from behind. So obviously we don't see it, but you just feel the impact. And like two of us, mainly from our group, but mainly me, got covered in this warm liquid. Immediately you're like, oh God, it's piss. It's worse. And mate, I'd got like... Again, I know, like, I just sound a bit like... I was about to say sound like an old man. And anyone would complain about this, right?
Yeah.
But I'm just a bit like, mate, I've spent like 80 quid to be here. I love this band. I'm with my mates. I've got my favourite Arctic Monkeys t-shirt on that I've had since, like years ago, white t-shirt.
Yeah.
I had to walk out. Immediately that top comes off. I'm walking out to the concourse. I'm asking, like the staff. There's like a kind of like a A&E, not, you know what I mean? There's like staff for like emergency stuff. Sure. I'm like, do you have anything? Do you like a plain t-shirt or like a towel? Anything I can use? And they were like, oh no, sorry. So I have to then drop 35 quid on a worse Arctic Monkeys t-shirt.
Yeah, merch desk.
And so I've been completely fucked. And I remember actually one guy, I was walking out of the crowd. And I get this, by the way, people who like unnecessarily have their tops off at gigs. I'm like, it's a little bit like,
especially in like January, February.
Yeah, I'm just a bit like, look, if you worked hard on your body, good for you. But someone basically thought that of me. I walked past this couple, and this guy was like, like it's not that hot, mate. And I turned to him, and I was like, can you smell that, mate? Can you see that? And he was like, oh, sorry, mate. And I just kept walking out.
Yeah.
Like I was, and I, you know what? I went back and I joined the gig at the back. Luckily, I had another friend, like a different friend who was with his wife at the back, and I joined it with them, and I still had a good time. But I missed part of the set. I spent more money. My shirt was ruined. My night was ruined. Blah blah blah. Covered in sick.
That's horrible, man.
I was covered in sick.
Oh, that's so great.
It'll be a good clip for social media, though.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you for that.
That's
Appreciate it. If you're thrown up at a gig, like, and you can't get to the toilet, okay, fine. Don't throw the cup. Like, just put it down by your seat. Or so, what's the impetus to throw?
I know, mate.
It makes me want to gag.
I'm just like, again, I'm sure there are some lads out there who think it's banter. None of the scrappers will. We don't want you. Sorry.
No.
If you think it's funny, beyond my recounting of it, you're not welcome here.
Well, like the video and share it.
Like the video and share it.
Share it to check if everyone else likes it.
Yeah. And then we'll deal with and then tell your friends to
comment saying just a thumbs up will do. That's fine.
Yeah, sure. But yeah, like people who him or his mates who were like, oh, chuck that. What? I'm sorry. Like I don't say this lightly. If it had been from close behind, if I had found the person, oh mate, I would have beaten the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have hesitated to like just throw a punch and go from there.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Oh, that's grim, man. When did that happen?
This was, to be fair, it was June 3 years ago.
Oof. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brutal.
And we're on a good moment to pause.
Yeah.
We're over the 45 minutes, aren't we?
I think so. So this is like nice, like. Look, I've got a little fun fact to end on, actually.
Sure, let's do it.
So, where we go? So I was doing a bit of research on the old England teams, and I found a really interesting fact. Danny Welbeck, did you know that his uncle was South African and worked in bomb disposal unit?
No way.
Yeah, his name was Stan. Stan Welbeck.
There was a brief moment between bomb disposal and you saying his name was Stan where I was like, I'm on the end of a line here and I can't get off of it. I've been done. I've been lured in. I've been done.
Perfect. That's all we've got time for this week.
Make sure to unsubscribe, unlike.
Thank you so much for watching. This has been a very much experimental one. I say we'll probably improve, but I don't know.
Don't count on
stick
it.
around anyway, right? Comment, like, subscribe, do all that, and we'll see you next time.
Cheers.